guys. So, I think it was Amethyst Ascension, um, that did a hashtag about top 11 decks. I think I grabbed more than 11. I wasn't counting. So, but anyway, I thought that I would just combine videos and do her hashtag with that. And then, I have a book haul. So I'm just going to combine the two together. So I've gotten into the coloring books, and I got these around Christmas. And um and then there's this one. I got these at Five and Below. Um and then I kind of really like this one here too. I thought this one was pretty cool. It's kind of like what got me back into working with goddesses and back into my goddesses, even though I don't have my statues. They're in storage. And then I got this. It's the companion book to the Buckland's. I'll get the screenshot here. Um, it had the Buckland Bible or Buckland Encyclopedia, but this is the companion book to this. So this is going to be quite a thick read. I have a shit ton more books, but they're all in storage. And then I went to a bookshop, and I've got this, the Celtic Heart. I think this was more like a novel or type thing, but this thing is pretty freaking thick. And I got it used at a local, oh, not a local bookshop. It's a bookshop in the next town over. And then I came across this, and that's quite a read. And then, a while back, they were doing the Season of the Witch, and they were talking about getting the books that were good to work with our ancestors. So I have the Ancestral Grimoire. I haven't read that yet. And then I've got the Ancestor Tarot. And again, this book I got at the bookshop. It was Signs and Symbols. Yeah, here we go. Here's the front. Yeah, Signs and Symbols. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then I've been wanting this book for a while, and I finally found it. Oh, I want to say thrifty. But I wanted this, and I finally got it. And then I went to the local witchy shop, and he had two other books, but this was the first book. Honestly, I got this book because it was the cheapest, and I know there's two other books, but they were he had them pretty pricey. So, you know. And then another thing that I found when I went to that bookshop was the Book of Ancestors at that witchy shop. And this book I've wanted for years. And again, I was able to, again, I think this was thrifty. Because I've been boycotting Amazon. But I found this one for extremely cheap. And I've wanted this for years just because it has herbal knowledge in it that wasn't in that basic green herb book that we all have. So I basically got this not to culturally appropriate because there was different stuff with herbs. And this one I also really wanted and finally got. I know everybody already probably has this in their collection, but I really have been wanting this one. So I don't know. Erie did the tarot and oracle wish list. I might do a book wish list hashtag, Just saying. I counted, it's actually like 13. So sorry. Sorry. I get those Dollar Tree, like when your boxes, after a while, when you've used decks a lot, how your boxes just kind of go. And a couple, when we moved, some of my boxes did get damaged, but I like this idea. The only thing is that I have to like open the box and see, because I don't want to, and plus it's really like when you have them like on your bookshelf or whatever. So, and these aren't in any particular order, mind you. I'm just going to grab a couple. This is the Celtic Tarot. Let me see. So, because I can't, yeah. Universal Celtic Tarot. So this is like one of my favorites that I like to use. There's the back. And I'm just going to, I think when I first got this deck and Amethyst was doing that tarot with music, this is one of the decks that I used with that. So, there's one deck. I'm going to put this away. And I use this one a lot when I do my readings, but I've been wanting to change things up a bit. And anyway, I don't have my Druid Animal. I guess it's going to be 14, because that was like one of the first like Oracle decks that I bought. But I got this deck a long time ago from Erie's Witchcraft, and that's Witch's Wisdom, and I keep it in this box that I got from Dollar Tree. I use it quite a bit when I was doing my yes, and Mara's going to make an appearance if she wants to. There you go. Now you're on camera. I won a giveaway from her, and this is one of the decks that I use a lot when I'm doing my readings for witches, but I'm, wanting to change things up and kind of pull out decks that I, either just got, because I'm trying to start utilizing all of my decks. And, do more on the channel with tarot. That's out of order, but just going to show a couple of the cards. Yeah, but she knew I wanted this deck a long time ago, and when she did a giveaway a while back, hi Mara, that was the deck that she got me and sent me when she was in Ireland. The other deck is the Bestiary Oracle. Now there's like a set of 3 to these, the Crystallary and the Herbiary. I've used this so much that that's starting to go bad. It's one of the things with these boxes though sometimes, especially like when they're decks that you use a lot, if I can get it out, because that thing is sticking. So it may be about time. It's a beautiful box. It may be about time to retire it, I think. So, the guidebook. I mean, you guys have seen this deck a lot because I used to use it quite a bit when I was doing my readings with witches. And I think when I did do some online tarot readings and stuff, because this is like really like one of the easier decks for me to look at and read intuitively. So that's one of the reasons, like when I'm doing like online stuff, like this is like a really good deck, a quick, easy, because when I'm doing things intuitively, it's not always quick with me. So I try to simplify things. And I'm going to put that in the box, back in the box later, because it's a pain in the butt And then we've all seen and done, and I did a walkthrough of this one just because it was just like, I love this deck. I think Amethyst Ascension also did a walkthrough on this, but the horror classic, like, I love this deck. I love this deck. I'm not gonna do like a whole lot just because I did a walkthrough on it. You can scroll down and find it. I got this one, I think, off of Thrifty Books, and the crazy thing was it hadn't even been used. Like, the little bands, like, were still on the carts. They hadn't been used. So I don't know, but that's an easy box to get in and out of. This was one of the other decks that I did a walkthrough on. And this box isn't easy to do one-handed. The V Tarot, because I wanted Tarot of Empires and I couldn't afford it. So this one also I got used, I think, again, off of Thrifty, and it was only $6. It was either, yeah, I think it was Thrifty. I never pay attention to, like, so, and I did a walkthrough on this one too, for Erie, because she was interested in it. So, so there's that deck, and that's the back, in case anybody, like, who's a new sub or anything, that I did a walkthrough. I quit doing walkthroughs on decks because nobody was really watching them. So I stopped doing that. Nobody seemed to. When you're considering a deck, though, too, walkthroughs are great because then you can determine, like, if that, like, is a deck that you, like, calls to you, or a deck you're interested in. And this is going to be, okay, that's not going to cooperate. So we're going to move on. This deck, the Wizard's Tarot, you're going to have to, I bought this at Spencer's Gifts, but I guess Spencer's is no longer selling this. So you're going to have to, like, go on, like, eBay or something like, that's where I got Z Tarot from, was eBay. You can get tarot decks used there, because with the way things are going, yes, Louie, prices on the decks is going to go up. But yeah, I got this one at Spencer's Gifts, I think, not this last Christmas, the 2023 is what I think when I got this deck. It's different because there's no, I probably have it upside down. No, I didn't. There's no, like, swords or cups or any of that. He's kind of changed it, the creator. I think it was a Kickstarter, and then Spencer's, like, got the copy, was one of his sellers. But I think you can still find this one used in places. I don't have anything wrong with buying used decks, because a lot of times they're in my price range. And, if somebody's, like, hurting for money or whatever and stuff, I'm not, helping out another practitioner. This I just got for Christmas, and I think I've probably used it once. And when it first came out, I was, like, really skeptical of it. But then somebody did, like, a live walkthrough on this, and I thought, plus this is, like, nostalgia, which is the same thing with this one. It's like the nostalgia of it. A lot of these novelty decks, the kids got me a deck from Five and Below, like, a couple Christmases ago, and it was $5, and I looked on eBay. I was looking through decks on eBay, and it's like $20-some now. I was like, that is absolutely crazy. So there's the back. And I've wanted this one for a minute. So I think, yeah, like I said, I think I did like a reading. I think next week I'm going to do the whole novelty deck thing again with doing a reading for witches. And pull out like all my crazy like novelty funky decks. And do something like that. So, but there's a few of those. And again, because I'm doing everything one-handed. Back. It's not going to be neat, but like I always like go after my videos and redo that. So this next deck I got was actually a recommendation from Phoenix Fire. And she gave me a reading with this deck a couple of times when she used to do live readings. And so I was like, oh, this is a cool deck. And she was showing it to me. So I got this a couple months ago when I was trying to get that Music Oracle deck and I got ripped off. It's one of the many reasons why I no longer deal with Amazon. And it kind of goes with the whole, I didn't read the book, but, you know, it kind of goes like with the vampire thing. So, you know, I've got this and like the V Tarot and that Vlad the Impaler deck. So, but those are a couple of those. So, I like the deck. I think it's pretty cool. It gives you some insight. And then the Witch's Heart Oracle. I think I got this like last summer. Let me see. Let me get the box so that you can see who the author is. Because I don't, you know, I got to use my camera as my eye. And then there's, oh shit. Jeez. Trying to show you. Okay, so this is kind of what the back looks like. Every card I go to pick up to show the back, I haven't. I think when I was doing when I did those readings with this, and I just put them back in there. Yeah, there's the back. When I was doing readings and I had dropped them and didn't bother to put them back in order. So, when I got that Garbage Pail, I got that Forest Oracle, and I've been using that quite a bit too. So, I like to switch out my decks once in a while. I'm going to get back to doing readings with witches so that, you know, all of my decks are getting implemented. And you guys, I did talk about this before a couple times when I've done stuff. I think I still have my Christmas, I still have another deck thing that I did, and I'm got to get that off my new camera, but I got some technical issues. This is still one of my favorites. The Book of Shadows Tarot, it's actually like 2 decks in one. Of course, it's gotten jostled around. So, one is your earthly pursuits and then your spiritual pursuits, which is kind of cool because you can kind of use both decks, like in your reading. That's still like, plus when I first got into tarot, this was the the Spiritual Pursuits part of it, the As Above, a lady didn't like that deck. She wasn't connecting with her, and she actually, and I still have the other deck. It's actually, I only use it specifically like when I'm communicating with Santissima Muerte, so I still use it. It's just I only use it specifically for her. Yeah, let me pull this out. I think I've done stuff on this one before. I'm just going to pull out a couple of what what the cards kind of look like. I mean, like I said, I still use the other one. It's just like when I'm only speaking specifically to her. I mean, and the thing is that it's actually cheaper to get it in a set like this than buying your deck separate. I learned that because I wanted this deck to go with this deck. And it was actually cheaper to do it the other way. And you actually, you know, this is probably, I think, one of the most okay. Yeah, making a mess. So, I did a walkthrough of this when I purchased this, the Horror Tarot. I did also get gifted an Oracle deck from Amethyst Ascension, and when we can get this whole camera thing issue, the technical stuff figured out, I'm gonna start doing pick-a-piles again. But you know, when I got a kid working a full-time job and in college, you know, I kind of gotta figure some things out. Because I did get a brand new computer, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, some of the technical stuff with this. I think if you want it more of a detailed, I don't think I may have a long time ago when I first got the deck, but I know Aries Witchcraft, she did a walkthrough of this because she had just gotten it not that long ago. So, trying to organize my stuff and do everything one-handed. This is a kick-ass deck. I've done kick-ass readings with it. I think Lady Adara, I did some stuff for her, and she was like really into this deck. It's like if you took the Greek pantheon and mixed it with the Celtic pantheon. It's really like nature-based. And it's good for like Ostara. I mean, I'll use it like year-round, but like when it comes to like Ostara and like Beltane kind of stuff. And I think when I got the deck a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I did this when I got the Vlad the Impaler deck. So, and again, I don't do walkthroughs much because, well, nobody was interested. And if somebody asks me to do a specific walkthrough, then I do it. So, but I know that was more than 11 decks, but I did not count. I just grabbed the ones that are, you know, but this can change because I've got decks that I haven't, you know, got a chance to use or haven't used in a long time. So, but I'm, you know, gonna get slowly and surely trying to get back into doing stuff. But, you know, this is kind of the whole thing with Witch's Black Wet and getting priorities straight and working on things for self-care. So, anyway, guys, know that was a long video, but peace, love, and light. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.